Hi everybody, my name is Nuri and today I'm sharing with you a new online series called Sunday 360 Spoken Word, Spoken Reality. So you're probably thinking, what is Sunday 360? What is it about? Well, I am following on from the Sunday reflections which I did previously. So it is going to be a similar format, new name, but there isn't going to be so much poetry um, included in this one. It's more or less going to be more on the speaking side and more on the spoken word side of it as well. So, things are going to be a bit different with this new series. But, again, I just hope it reaches somebody and blesses somebody as well in the best possible way. You know, when we talk about 360, we talk about full circle. We don't talk about things half-heartedly. Nothing gets left behind as well. The reality of things doesn't get left behind. We don't sugarcoat anything and we don't cover up as well. And a lot of the topics that I've spoken about, especially my Sunday reflections, reflected issues that you won't necessarily hear in some churches on a Sunday morning. Why? Because it's not Sunday service material. It's not spoken about because we don't want to offend or we don't want to cause controversy. Those issues are the issues that get left behind, and that is why, you know, there is a lack of spiritual growth in the building, and that as well. And it's true. It's true. And that's why, for me, it's important that we highlight these issues 360, full circle, nothing gets left behind. So I'm just going to share a short story with you, really. And it is about somebody as well. And I will tell you who the person is. And I think it's important to understand where I'm coming from on this. Okay? So, she may not dress like the cookie cutter, oneness, apostolic lady, but her love for the Lord is greater than any other outfit worn. She loves her hymns, choir songs, choruses, worships as if nothing else even matters. She knows how to drop a dance. Safe to say, she has a true love for music too. She loves others, makes them feel welcome and included, and she doesn't fuss about their outward appearance as it's the inner beauty that matters. Loves to socialise in and outside of the church. She has a spirit of fellowship in her. She travels the length and breadth of the country, times when she doesn't realise she needs to rest, and she does this by herself. She may have spent time away, but that's another story. But she's back where she needs to be, to God be the glory. She may not be perfect. She may not always get things right, but like everybody else, she's still learning. And that lady is me. This highlights the fact that regardless of who somebody is, what background they come from, I think when we go into some churches, people think, oh my goodness, we need to dress a certain way. We need to do things to fit in because, yes, there's a standard. And whilst I don't knock the standard, we have to understand that it's about the heart. Man looketh on the outward appearance, but God looks on the heart. He doesn't care if you're wearing the biggest fascinator that looks like you're going to Ascot. God don't care about that. And forgive me for saying Ascot, but the connotations. He doesn't care if you're wearing, the longest skirt. He doesn't care if you're wearing the highest heels. All God cares about is the heart. And I think a lot of people just need to look past that in the churches. Learn to love somebody, with open arms, welcome them. Because at the same time, you're sharing the love of Jesus. It's not about what they look like, how they sound, what they've been through. Embrace everybody for who they are, regardless. You might make a new friend. You might help somebody. Whilst I understand for some people, oh, I gotta be careful because I don't want to let certain spirits in. Have you asked that person about themselves? Have you asked that person, you know, a bit more about them, about their interests, that sort of thing? Have you gotten to know that person? No, but you've automatically made up your mind of that person. And God didn't do that. God didn't do that. So, church, especially the strict apostolic churches, and the beauty of some of the apostolic churches, because I was born and raised in the apostolic church, that's a story in itself. Learn to see past the exterior and learn to look inside the interior. That's what matters the most. But again, as well, and I know not everybody that's watching this is apostolic. There are some churches that obviously have the similar connotations because a certain person isn't dressed a certain way or it doesn't match their standards. Learn to look past that and to see who they are. You never know. As I said, you might make a new friend. So that is my spoken word and spoken reality for today, because to be honest with you, I've been through it, and sometimes I still go through it where, do I have to really do some things to fit in? Can I be myself? Do you know what I mean? Because man looketh on the outward appearance, but God looks on the heart. And if you're that person that just doesn't look past that person's outward exterior, then question yourself, was I a blessing to that person? Was I, kind to that person? Be kind. We have these movements, be kind to somebody. Be kind doesn't just exist on the street. Be kind doesn't just exist in the schools, in the college, in your workplace. Be kind also exists in the church. Churches want to save souls, but some churches don't want to treat souls with care and love, and that's the hard part. And I think that's why, for me, obviously, I had my time. There were times where I just didn't feel like I couldn't be myself. I couldn't be who I wanted to be, and sometimes I still feel that way at times. But God is God, and at the same time, He sees everything and He will reveal all. Okay, so as I said, let's just learn to love people regardless of who they are. And this is going to be a bi-weekly series. So bi-weekly, so once every 2 weeks. So this is the first one. Okay, so the next one won't be until the week after next week, depending on how things go. Okay, but I hope you've liked this one. And again, this is not about me, this is about God. All right, so Sunday 360, nothing gets left behind. Spoken words, spoken reality. Stay blessed.